season ago, Saquon Barkley calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. This is Kenyon Drake, the 4th-year man from Alabama. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd and 1, Watson forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
On 1st and 10, Watson steps away to his left. He'll run it. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Watson on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kenyon Drake. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. first down throw for Brissett. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
56 is the mic. You must be
To throw again on second down. Brissett. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. 15 yards that time and a Buffalo first.
First down, Buffalo.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Hey, 56. Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
First down, Brissett. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. A first down carry for Barkley. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Brissett sets to throw it. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 29-yard line. Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
55, mark, 55. Hey, watch it. Just 3. Get him all.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Brissett. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Credit the sack to Corey Legion.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Strong right. Four down.
Running, it's Drake. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
19. Watch the slap. 24 is the mic. Watch the flood. 24. Watch the flood. Motion. Block. 24 is the mic. Hey, pick your game up. 24 is the mic. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. 24 is the mic.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And this one is right down the middle. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. Right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Brissett. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Month 56. Hey, D. Get in there now. Switch. You on. You got tight. Right there.
And that'll set them back 5. Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
Into the air once more. It's Brissett. He's going to look deep down the field. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Corey Graham brings him down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 11-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Get the ball. 24 is the mic.
Out of the gun, Watson. Going deep here for Watkins. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
64.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
50's the mic. 50's the mic. That's the score. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Come to my world.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's J.K. Scott now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Around the NFL, 2nd quarter down in Tampa. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continue.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Off the edge, Jerry Hughes gets the sack.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. Returnable for Sherrills. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 24. 3 down. Check 26. Check 26.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
At the 48-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Double tight, double tight. 4 down, 4 down. I 59. Jim. Now let's go.
To throw is Watson. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for the Browns. And even 40 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Cameron Meredith, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. He'll try and run it. Man, he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and inches.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Trying to power it ahead with Watt. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
At the 45-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Come on.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Throwing, Brissett, and tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. 3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd down and 4, Watson completes this one to Meredith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Now it's Watson, and he hits Drake. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Hey, it's our house. 24 is the mic. Hey, we got to get this stuff.
Throwing again is Watson. Buying time to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
27. Right. He's telling him right.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, this from 33. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Brissett now. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go, 50, Mike 50. Hey, let's get in them holes.
Back to throw, Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The Browns on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Watson. This is caught. Watkins. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and a Bills touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Kwiatkowski able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz. And the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Running from the shotgun with Drake. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. He's going to go for a big play down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And an alley to run. 20. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't...
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of... And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Deron Harmon, and he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Right there, 56. You ain't going nowhere.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back, part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Check. Go. 56.
They'll go to Barkley again. And an alley to run. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one a first down pickup of 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, alert 3.
On first down, Barkley. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Ready, 56, Mike, 56. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff.
Here we go. Make the play. Right there, 56.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Check the backer, check the backer.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one